This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Return to Ravnica draft. We got a spicy pack here. The two cards that stand out to me are the Corrosda Guildmage and the Archon of the Triumvirate. So I want to lean more towards the Archon, both because it's rare and because it's pretty unbeatable if you get to untap with it. Whereas Guildmage is good, but I think it's probably like... It's definitely not the best Guildmage. I don't think it's the worst either, but it's not really that exciting. And as far as other cards in the pack go, like, I don't really know if I'm sending a strong signal one way or the other. Like, there's good cards in all guilds, so I don't know. I'm just gonna take the Archon here. Hopefully, I get to play it. I had it in my last draft, and that worked out pretty well there. So, although I splashed it in that in that deck, so I don't know. We'll take the Archon here and see where that takes us. Okie dokie. So Grove of the Guardian is pretty good against any non-Azorius deck. Just making it 8/8 is just gigantic. It's not like amazing or anything. It doesn't have like trample, so like they can just chump block it for a couple turns while they beat you in the air or whatnot. So I mean, it's really just bounce spells. There's not really that many bounce spells in the set. There's just the blue-white one. So I think it's actually pretty good, and it's the effect comes at a fairly minimal cost. Like it's not like it's a land, right? So it doesn't take up one of your spell slots, and this way we can just go mono rares. So yeah, I mean I like the Grove here. I don't know if that's the right pick or not, but that's what I'm going with. My standard rule is when in doubt, take the rare, and we could take a third rare here, but Azazel, it's probably not that exciting, and it doesn't really mesh well with either one of these two cards. So I think we can stop taking rares at this point. So let's see. I'm happy to be like in Bant colors, so like I'm gonna try to stay off of black and red unless like I get past something ridiculous. There's some good green cards in this pack. Like there's Towering Indrik and there's Corrosda Monitor. I think I like the Monitor a little bit more than the Towering Indrik. Other than that, Knightly Valor is actually pretty good. Runewing's decent. I think I'm going to go with the Corrosda Monitor here. So, I'm not 100% sure this is right or anything, but I feel like this is the best card for me to take. Okay. Could have taken a fourth rare. Okay. Well, I don't want to jump into red or black unless I have a really good reason, and so far I'm not seeing it. So, like, Electrickery is decent. Trestle Troll is pretty good in the Mono Defender deck, as you guys saw last week. And Zanik of Locust is just a solid man. Like a 6-mana 3/3 flyer is not that exciting, but the fact that it scavenges for 4 is pretty good. I think I'm just gonna take the Selesnya Sentry here. Like, it fits well in like an aggressive deck, and like it's a good curve filler, and it also like avoids us from jumping into like a third or a fourth or a fifth color. So I'll go with that here. Alrighty. I could take another 3-drop. Ethereal Armor is definitely a lot better than I initially thought. I'm still like not completely sold that it's great, but it's definitely playable, and in some decks it's actually really good. So here's a Dramatic Rescue, which is a card that I don't want them to have against my 8/8. Do I want Risen Sanctuary, or Courser's Accord, or Stonefair Crocodile, or Selesnya Sentry? I think I'm going to go with the Courser's Accord. Course Accord. Yeah, like, if I'm like Selesnya splashing an Archon, that's fine with me. And you really need to have the tokens in order to get the whole Populate trade going. Well, Teleportal is really good. It's kind of worries me to see it this late. Like that's a card I would not mind first picking. Like I mean, I would always splash it in a Rakdos deck, but like in the aggro Izzet deck, it's just the Nutter Butters. But again, I don't want to jump into red here, unless like it's something really good. And like Teleporter is fine as a finisher, but it's not like a build around me card. It just goes into any deck that can play it really. That any deck that has creatures that can attack really. So I think I'm going to take the Common Bond here. I definitely like it more than Dryad Militant. And again, I don't want to jump into another color. There's another Dramatic Rescue, but I think we're shaping up to be like a Selesnya deck. So we're going to want like cards that make tokens. So I'm going to go with the Centaur's Herald here. Alrighty. So basically a bunch of nothing. I'll take the Inspiration in case like we actually end up playing some blue cards, but it's like Sundering Growth is fine. Like I don't think I'd want to main deck it, but in like a dedicated Selesnya deck with a bunch of populate, like it's a very good sideboard card. Like even if they have like a mediocre target, like just having that additional populate effect is always good. But I think I'm just gonna take the Inspiration. I don't think I'll play it though. Alrighty. Wow, that's a late Sunspire Griffin. I mean, as good as I think Ethereal Armor is, I definitely don't think it's as good as Sunspire Griffin, so we'll just slam that guy here. Yeah, the Gilgate should help us with splashing the Archon. So, I mean, Swift Justice is a good card, but I would like to be able to cast this guy reliably. So, all right, Armory Guard, but it's not a card I really like. And sure, I guess we can take a Druid's Deliverance, although I don't think I'm going to main deck it. I might play it as like a 23rd card. I really don't like the populate cards that like don't do anything if you can't populate. Sorry, I just had to void my nasal cavity there. I was momentarily not sick for like a week, and then I went right back to being sick. Wow. Okay. So, sorry, my nose is leaking. Growing Ranks is a card that I'm usually not very impressed with, but if you have Grove of the Guardian, it can get pretty out of hand. There's some really good cards in this pack. I'm not gonna lie. Like Skymark Rock is just insane. Centaur Healer is like probably one of the best Selesnya commons, if not the best Selesnya common. Wow. Uh, I think I had to take the Growing Ranks here, just because like I've already kind of moved in onto the token deck, so like it should be pretty good in this deck. This is not a card I like to first pick because like sometimes you take it and then like sometimes you even like end up Selesnya and like you don't even have any tokens, so it just doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm very tempted to take this Skymark Rock and splash it, but I think Growing Ranks is gonna be like a bigger effect in this deck. It just wow, that's I hate having to make this decision. The fact that there's also Centaur Healer in this pack, like, jeez. So I'm gonna take the Growing Ranks here, and we're definitely gonna have to like pick up as many token makers as possible, so that this pick is just not so that this pick is actually ends up being good. So here we're definitely gonna slam the Centaur Healer. None of the rest of these cards even come close. Counterflux. It's not worth anything, so I'm not going to take it. So the rest of this pack is kind of meh. Like, Concordia Pegasus is not that exciting. I'm trying to think of what else I want. I'm not sure how good Codex Shredder is. Like, it seems fine in like a Golgari deck, because then you can just start mailing away your Scavenge cards, and then if you mail something sweet, you can get it. It seems kind of slow, though. I think I'm just going to take the Crocodile here. Like, I mean, I'll probably play it, even though I can't use the lifelink ability. It just does like a 3 mana 3/2. Um, if counterfluxes were actually worth anything, I would just rare draft it. But this pack is pretty dry for us. I don't think I want to like splash an Asperia Skywatch or anything like that. So yeah, that's not the most exciting pick. Corrosive Mage, however, that is pretty exciting. Can't really play it though, so if we went into Golgari from the start, we could have had two Guild Mages. Soul Tithe is a card I don't like very much. Like sometimes, yeah, sometimes it kills like their bomb, but a lot of times it doesn't do anything. Probably gonna take this Keening Apparition. I don't have any 2-drops yet, and although I like Swift Justice, it's I'd rather have creatures than pump spells. Aerial Predation is a card that I don't mind main decking as well, but I'm not gonna pass like a decent Grizzly Bear over it. So yeah, I like it here. Sphinx of the Chimes, really? Really? What? I guess no one to my left is in blue. Wow. Do I splash? I want to splash it. Oh. Oh. But there's also an Eyes in the Skies in the pack. Man. This card's so good. Well, it's not like insane or anything. It's just a big flying dude, but man. Why are you doing this to me? So yeah, I think splashing it is probably overly ambitious. Like I can splash like this because there's only one blue, but I really should take this Eyes in the Skies. I mean, it kills me to make that pick, but man. So Phantom General. How many token makers do I have so far? I have a Centaur's Herald. I have Eyes in the Skies. I have a Courser's Accord. Yeah, I think I should just pick up the second Centaur's Herald. Like, I'd much rather have like an excess of token makers than an excess of stuff to do with tokens. So hopefully that sentence made sense, because it made sense in my head. All right, well, Horncaller's Chant does make tokens, but unfortunately it costs 8 mana, which is a lot. I could take a second Corrosive Monitor. I could take a Swift Justice. I could also take Splash of Bluster Squall, which is not awful. Like overloading this and just winning the game is seems fine, but we're a little short on creatures, so I think I should just pick up this Corrosive Monitor. Ooh. So I could take a second Common Bond or an Avenging Arrow. I think I'd rather take the Avenging Arrow just because I don't really have any removal yet. And, I mean, Common Bond is really good and all, but, yeah, I mean, even mediocre removal is removal you need to play, so. Oh, another Griffin. Hello. Oh, definitely, white is definitely the color we should be in. Let's see, a bunch of unplayables. Which of these cards do I want to lose to the least? Probably Dynacharge. Ooh, Counterflux came back anyway, so this time I'll rare draft it. And basically a bunch of nothing. Take that. Ooh, Towering and Drink and Chorus of Might. Like, both of those cards will probably be playable. Again, I'm a little short on creatures, so I'm going to take the Towering and Drink here, but the fact that both green cards came back, it's a sign that we're probably in the right colors. Although, like, that like third or fourth pick Sphinx of the Chimes, that, oh boy. I think we're in the right 3 colors, let's put it that way. Respect my authority. That seems like a slam dunk here. As much as I really want to take Call of the Conclave or Axebane Guardian, like, Righteous Authority is just, like, just insane. Like, you just slam this guy on anything, and like just having like just getting to draw extra cards. Like, if it only let you draw extra cards, like, I probably still want to play it. So yeah, I mean, it sucks that we're passing like these 2 good cards, but the way this draft has been going, like, we're probably going to wheel something good out of this pack. Like, even if it's like an Azorius Arrestor or like a Vassal Soul, I'll probably still be happy with that. If this was like any other rare that like I didn't want to play, I would definitely take the Call of the Conclave. But yeah, like even now, like as good as Righteous Authority is, I have a big hole in my 2-drop slot, and I really want as many token makers as I can get. So I think this is actually a fairly close pick, but my general rule of thumb again is to take the rare, and just drawing extra cards is just such a powerful ability that I think that Call of the Conclave is probably more replaceable than the Righteous Authority. All right, well this is a pack full of blanks basically. Think I'm going to want to take a second Guildgate. I think I'm going to need that more than the Towering and Drink, just because I now have 2 blue cards that are both very powerful, and I both want to make sure that that they resolve, or I want to make sure that I have the mana to cast both of them without playing too many islands. And yeah, there's a non-zero chance that Towering and Drink will come back anyway, so we'll take the Guildgate. Selesnya Keyrune. And Annihilating Fire. Ooh, Slaughter Games. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure the pick here is the Selesnya Keyrune, but there's some pretty good red cards in this pack. Like, there's both Annihilating Fire and Hellhole Flare. And there's 2 Guildgates. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll wheel something out of this pack, but man, like, there's just good cards all around. Yeah, I'll just take the Keyrune. No good green or white cards. I guess I can take a Concordia Pegasus, although I'm really not thrilled with the prospect of having to play it. Could also take Druid's Deliverance, but I already have one. There's no way I'm playing 2. Yeah. Oh, Azorius Justicar, just a whatever. Well, it's really the only card in this pack I can play, so I guess we'll slam it down. And I think I have enough creatures that I can start taking Common Bonds, so yeah, I like it. Oh, we'll take the Common Bond here. Jeez, another Teleportal. So any deck that has blue and red mana, we should probably kill them as soon as possible, because they probably will have 2 teleporters in their deck. Let's see, I already have 2 Common Bonds. Do I want more Pump Spells, or do I want a Knightly Valor? Probably the Knightly Valor. I realize it's kind of expensive, but again, we really want to make sure that we have a token in play when we start growing our ranks. I guess we can take a Risen Sanctuary. It's kind of expensive, but it's a huge man. And I think this is our pack that we opened, so I think Arrestor is going to be better in this deck than Keening Apparition. And we are definitely in need of 2 drops, so we're probably going to play it. We're probably going to play this Concordia Pegasus as well, to be honest. Definitely not playing Axebane Stag, since I have a better card that's in the same mana cost. I guess I'll take Trestle Troll, because that's super annoying to play against. So we have enough playables here. I'm just thinking of what cards I want to cut. Probably some of these 3 drops, like Stonefair Crocodile. Get out of here. We have 3 lands, so we're now 24. They have to make 1 more cut. I really want to cut that Concordia Pegasus, but it's excuse me, it's filling a hole in our curve, so I don't know if I can. Yeah, it'll probably end up being the Pegasus, just because, like, I just hate that card. Ooh, Swift Justice. Have to make another cut now. Alrighty, well, Selesnya is, I think it's probably my favorite guild to draft. It's definitely the one I've had the most success with. So I'm going to put together some sort of Selesnya splash, a couple blue cards, a couple blue rares deck, and we'll see you guys in just a sec. Alright, this is what we're going to be battling with. Yeah, so I mean, I did end up cutting the Concordia Pegasus just because it's such a low impact card. Like, I mean, I realize I don't really have that many two drops, but like, it just doesn't do anything. Like, I might want to side it in against like a Rakdos deck that has a bunch of like 2/1s, but it's definitely not a card I want to main deck. And also ended up cutting some of the three drops like Silesia Sentry and Stonefair Crocodile just because like I have a bunch of three drops already, and I kind of want to be making Centaurs on turn three anyway. So I just found I had too many three drops. You have some late cards, but that's fine. Other than that, I feel like I have enough token making cards that growing ranks should be good. And yeah, so I'm happy with how the deck turned out. I mean, I'm still sad I had to pass that Sphinx, but stuff happens. So yeah, we'll submit this, and we'll see you guys in round one.